Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. P. Welcome back today for a new video. Now, in this one, guys, we have so much to go over about the future of Season 7 and looking a little bit ahead to Season 8. Make sure to go ahead and tap that like button up. Let's see if we can hit 2,500 likes. That would be amazing. Also, if you're new around here, make sure to go ahead and subscribe and join the family for daily Fortnite content covering news, updates, storyline information, anything else you might need. I've got it covered. So let's go ahead and get started. Along with the update yesterday, there were leaked files found that suggested the new finale event for Season 7 is going to be the Earthquake event. There's apparently going to be a giant earthquake. There are even sounds in the game's files and many textures to back it up. It looks like this is going to be a thing, so I'm excited to see what developments this might have and how this might turn and what we might figure out about it in the coming days to help us get a better understanding of it. Also, Donald Mustard changed his location on Twitter again, as he often does to tease things or give us little Easter egg hints. He changed his location to Free at Last. Previously, it was the dungeon, obviously teasing something was going on in the dungeon, but now that all the ice has melted and the prisoner has escaped, we can all assume that he's referencing the prisoner here with this location change, saying Free at Last. The Fire King had probably been locked up for so incredibly long, and he himself probably didn't even expect to wake up this early, if at all. Everyone thought there was going to be some climatic thing that happened whenever the prisoner would escape from his prison, but he literally just got up and walked out. Nothing happened. There was no cutscene. There was no action. It was just him leaving and then going to the desert biome and setting up a campfire. I kind of feel like it's the calm before the Season 7 storm. You know, everything had been building up to the prisoner escaping. He finally did. Nothing huge happened. We didn't really learn anything. I guess we're going to have to wait until the next update to learn some more. We know something major is happening in the game with the prisoner and the Fire King and the Ice King and everything going on right now, but there's just a lot of waiting and we know it's going to happen in the next update. Or at least, so we think. I was on Reddit and I saw an extremely interesting theory. This is actually by user Stefan9510. He says, I was curious and went to the week 10 loading screen location. You can see that landscape looks different. On the loading screen, there is no huge mountain like we have currently. Behind this big mountain, the sun goes down and the moon rises. Also, there is a single small light coming from the mountain. You can see it better during nighttime. He used a circle to make it easier to find. The leaked earthquake event might hit not only our island, but also break this island located northeast to pieces. Maybe someone associated with the prisoner is trying to communicate with him using fire signals, which would make sense considering what he's doing in the week 10 loading screen. He is setting up a fire. Why would someone want to break this mountain? Well, if the prisoner has the ability to do it, or someone else, then it would allow the sun to be out longer during the day and melt ice faster and reveal to us once and for all what is hidden under the iceberg in Season 8. We know that the Fire King is the enemy of the Ice King. We know that because he trapped him up and locked him in his dungeon and it was supposed to be forever, but now he's released. To get back at the Ice King, it looks like he's trying to melt the entire map back to the way it was before the snowstorm. The top right-hand part of the map is actually getting back to its old grassy self pretty darn quickly. We have to assume that the Fire King is responsible for the melting, and it's going very fast actually. For all we know, the entire map might be back to grass within a week. We know that it's gonna be gone by week 10, as we can see in the loading screen. If this mountain thing is true, then that is a genius strategy by the Fire King to melt all the snow at a rate much faster than ever before. The end of the theory brings up an extremely interesting point. He says, by melting away all of the rest of the map, we would finally figure out what's under the iceberg once and for all. Are the dragons ever going to hatch? Was the snowfall skin the only part of the big secret? What if the Fire King is trying to melt away the iceberg as fast as possible because the dragon eggs are near hatch, but they're not quite ready, and if he can melt down everything and make it, very, very hot, he could possibly prevent the hatching? Maybe that's his plan? You might naturally think the dragons belong to the Fire King just because they both are associated with fire, and that's definitely still a possibility. But I mean, there's a reason the Fire King himself was trapped in ice, and the eggs weren't. Plus, the eggs and the scales on the eggs look very blue and icy, so maybe it's the Ice King stuff after all. You might be aware of the golem statues around the map. Previously, before the Ice King event, they had their hands up in a fighting pose, looking like they were getting ready and prepared for combat. Now, though, they have their hands up over their eyes, as if to shield themselves from the sun. This statue has changed like 3 or 4 times over the course of this season, so I think it's pretty fair to pay a lot of attention to it. It can't be just a coincidence that he is shielding his eyes from the sun, and the map is being melted away and being restored to grass. These golems seem to update and seem to reflect what's going on currently. They were armed for combat when it looked like something was threatening the island. Now they look like they're shielding their eyes when all the snow is being melted away. They were also previously crying, as if something terrible was about to happen, and it still might. Remember how there were all those different chairs in the middle of the Ice King's castle, with most of them overtoppled or not at the table, with all those different element symbols on them? Well, how about this theory I saw from Reddit? This is from user OrcaBorg. You can see all the different elements represented here in Fortnite. We start in the top left with the earth element, which would just be the desert biome, then the water element or the ice element, which would be all the snow area. Then you have the fire element with the prisoner / the Fire King, and of course air from Season 6 with Kevin the Cube. Of course, as always, take it with a grain of salt, but I think it's extremely interesting to pay attention to, especially since they literally are spelling out the different elements at that round table, and we're able to fit it in pretty nicely here within a Fortnite theory. There's so much going on right now with the prisoner and the Fire King, and I'm excited to learn all about him. I'm excited to get my hands on this skin, first of all. We'll be able to unlock it very soon, and I couldn't be more excited to go ahead and get max tier on this guy. I was reading my comments from yesterday's video, and I saw a lot of people say that he actually looks a lot like Thanos, and I'd have to agree. He really does, especially in the lip area and in the face. Make sure to let me know your 2 cents on the theories I laid out here in this video. I would really appreciate that. So, as we know, this Saturday, February 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern, there's going to be a live in-game concert featuring the artist Marshmello. I'm extremely excited about this. There's also going to be several different items you can unlock through doing challenges, apparently. There was an extremely odd glitch that was happening in replay mode and sometimes in Playground earlier this morning, where players were able to hear Marshmello music randomly playing from Pleasant Park, the music that would happen from the concert on the live event. So a lot of people kind of got an early sneak peek into what was happening. Nothing actually happened visually, it was just the music that you were able to hear. I unfortunately can't play the clip for you because if I did, I would get copyright striked, and we can't have that happen. I listened to it myself, and it was a pretty lit song. Like, it was awesome. I personally am a fan of Marshmello, so I'm really looking forward to this. Remember, guys, Pleasant Park, Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square. It's a one-time in-game live event. I've even heard a lot of theories saying there may be more to it than just a concert. Maybe the Fire King or the Ice King or something could end up crashing the concert at the end. Who knows? It seems a little strange that they would do a whole live in-game event for only a collaboration with Marshmello. Think about it. All the other events we have ever had in Fortnite have had significant impacts on the storyline, and I don't expect that to change. In a way, I kinda am looking forward to seeing if they make any advances in the storyline with the event, and I feel like there may be a chance for them to do just that. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next video, and until then, peace out my friends.